So I feel like back in the day when I used to play video games, I used to be able to get so involved with the world and so I wanted to know every detail about it, even if it was a bad game. Like I always just like to explore and like just get into the like what made the game work. Glitch all the glitches, all the I wasn't like a completionist or anything, but like I was just felt like I could sit and play a game like for months. Even if I did everything there was to do, I just like to, like I kind of said at the beginning with the glitch, I always like to glitch out the maps, find the exploits, like do all that stuff. And now it's like, I just sometimes can't find the will to even get on and finish a story on a game, for God's sakes. And it just reminded me of how much fun I had back in the day playing video games. The reason I thought about this is I wanted to play a single player game because I had some time off this month and I wanted to just play a game and sit there, go through it, and not really worry about it and just like to actually just try to finish a game. And so I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey like a few years ago and I never finished it. And I really liked the story and I really liked whatever. I just couldn't finish it. It's a big game to begin with, but anyways, I get on there. And I told myself, I'm going to finish this game. Like, I don't care if I have to sit here for 2 months and play this freaking game. I'm going to do it to the end, and I'm going to do a lot of the stuff, other stuff as, not just the main story. And, like, I'm going to do it because I feel like I've just started so many games, and it's just hard because, like, we have Steam and all this stuff. You can get games so cheap. You have Game Pass and whatever it is for PlayStation. You have all these games at your disposal. I remember growing up, you'd maybe get, a couple games each year that were new, if you're on Xbox or PlayStation 3 or, but I started on like PS1 and Dreamcast, but, you go to the store and you get like maybe one, or at least me. I know a lot of my friends was like that. Maybe your parents would go take you, get one or two new games, like, or I get like the new Call of Duty every year. A new Halo, new Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. Then maybe a couple used games throughout the year. I remember at Walmart, they used to have those like $20 games that you could get them new for like what were those called? Oh, God. Now it's slipping my mind. I don't know, like the greatest hits games, and you could still get them new. They just have like the weird case and the stuff, and those were cool because you get technically as a new game, but it really wasn't that new. It'd be new to you and new. Because I had the plastic and all the stuff, but I always like doing that because like you go to GameStop and sometimes like especially like PS2 era games, holy crap, they wouldn't work half the time when you get them, they'd be so scratched, but it just doesn't hit the same. I know I've made similar videos talking about this or other YouTubers have, but I was really sitting there because I gave myself like a 5-hour window today and I played Assassin's Creed and I try to not get distracted by anything. I tried to just sit there and get involved with the world and really like learn, read all the stuff, do all the stuff like at the point I was in the game. And I actually had a lot of fun. And that's kind of what I'm encouraging in this video to do is like get a game and play it and make yourself finish it until you move on to another game. Obviously, like with Minecraft, it's a little bit different. That's like this channel is like I play a lot of Minecraft, but have like one or two games that you play, a game you get on and maybe play with friends, and then a single player game you can sit there and finish it through. So I think that's one of the issues is like we forget what it's like to only have a couple games at our disposal. It kind of forced us to sit there and enjoy the game and like just play it because we didn't have, like I said, all the time or all the needs and ways to play any game we want. I mean, for God's sakes, you don't even got to pay for games anymore. Most of them are freaking free now because of like microtransactions and stuff. So I can remember getting on like, think back to like Call of Duty 4, Halo 3 days. Like those games, don't get me wrong, those games are amazing, but there really wasn't much to do. It was just run around and kill people. Like there was no there was no like any of the stuff we have today. Like today there's thousands of challenges and stuff you can do. And we were content playing that. I remember I probably played Halo 3 for like three or 4 years. I was like invested in that game. Like that's crazy to think back then. And the games are nothing like they are now. Like the games now are so much more advanced, so many more features, better movement, better shooting, all that stuff. I'm not saying they're better or worse. It's just, it is what it is. There's a lot more features in the new games. Just feel better to play, but I don't know. Yeah, so I'm forcing myself to play a single player game, and I think that's I think that's good. I think that's kind of the point. I don't know what like the main emphasis of this video is. Like, I think that's going to be the takeaway message. Force yourself to finish a single player game, like a long one. Like maybe play like Red Dead 2 or something like that. Like make your like pick a game out and just finish it if you're having like the same issue as me. Like don't like because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. Like you can never find a game to play because you're just back and forth between all these other ones. You never end up finishing. I think that's like part of the story of the game too. Like you feel good after you complete a good story of a game because you learn something, and you like a lesson. Like most stories are like pretty good. Like say what you want. Like I feel like most of the Assassin's Creed stories are pretty good. Obviously, Red Dead 2 has good stories. Like all the Halos are really good stories. Even the Call of Duty campaigns are actually fairly decent as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend you do that. And I'm gonna make myself do it. I don't care. Like I said, if I have to play this game for too much trade, I'm doing it. I'm not quitting until at least the main story's done. I'm not gonna commit myself to doing all the little extra stuff. That might be a little extensive, but yeah, I've some good ones I can think of. Like if you ever played the Metro series, like Metro Last Light, or I think it's Last Light, the three of them, Metro 2033, I think, or whatever. I don't know, those games, the three of them are really good. Really, really good stories. Even, honestly, play the older GTA games, like GTA San Andreas and even GTA 4. If you've never went back and played those games, or play them again, those are always classic. What else is good? All the Halo campaigns, like I said, if you play Halo 1 to all of them, you can get those on Game Pass too. Play all those stories. I love those games. I'd like to hear some of your guys' favorites single player games in the comments below. And if you're going to play a multiplayer game, like, I think that's what I miss about it, because I'd always have one multiplayer game I'd play and just get really good at it, and I think that's how I got entertained with it. Like, now it's like switching between all these multiplayer games, and like, you can never get consistently good at one of them. But I think that's like how I lose my attention as well. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' favorite single player games as well. Yeah, and I'm playing it on PC too, and I plugged a controller in as well to play Assassin's Creed. That I don't know, I feel like Assassin's Creed doesn't feel good on a keyboard and mouse for me, at least, as well. Or even if you're still gonna play Minecraft, like play Minecraft and just take your time with it and like build a house, do all the stuff. Don't only try to rush through it. I think that also can be an issue. I know I've talked about this a million times, but yeah, like right now in Assassin's Creed, I'm like kind of focusing on upgrading my ship, like driving the boat around and blowing up other boats to try to get supplies to just upgrade it. Never really did that the first time I played it, and it's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it's just crazy how big that game. Sometimes it is overwhelming though with games that are good. They're just so big and it's over. You don't know what to do, and it's like your brain does like, oh my god, what direction, what path, what do I focus on? And I think it kind of gets overwhelming. So maybe go back and play an older game because I feel like they're less overwhelming, but the stories are still good as well. So yeah, that's my spiel for today. I think some of for me, like kind of going back a long ways, was like the first like story games I think I ever really like invested myself in was like the Tony Hawk games. Like I remember when Underground came out, that was like the first like true Tony Hawk game that had like a story to it, and that's like that's where I kind of found a passion for like single player games, like to play them through all the way, because I was still really young. But like yeah, Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2, American Wasteland, like those ones are just classic and timeless. But yeah, those PS2, yeah, those were definitely on the PS2. Yeah, definitely. I would be interested to play those again, just to see, like, there's no way they've aged well. I wouldn't believe it. They were good for their time, but I don't think they'd hold up very well. Time Splitters on PS2, that was a really good. I bet that game held up good. Time Splitters. I don't know if anyone's ever played Time Splitters on PlayStation 2. But yeah, that one was fun. Dream Crash Bandicoot on the now I'm just rambling and saying about all the games I used to like. Crash Bandicoot was fun. I never had an N64, but we used to. My cousins had one, and I was little. We used to play. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of good stuff. So I would focus like, kind of like take a step back and like remember when you were a kid, like when you just be like, and so involved in a game. I think that would be a good strategy to go back and do that. Yeah, that's just force yourself to play a game to the end, even if it's not that good. Because even if it's not that good and you force yourself, I think your brain just kind of makes it seem good because there's nothing else to do. So you're just gonna enjoy that game for what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna end it at that. Always give my spiel at the end because I feel like if you listen to the end, then you're probably interested. So we do have a Minecraft Discord and server. It's really not a Minecraft Discord, but we have a Minecraft server. Join the Discord server. We have a Minecraft server on Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. If you want to play on that, you got to be in Discord for a while. Then we'll send like an application stuff to join. It's not that complicated, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you made it this far, God bless you guys. Join Discord, get in the Minecraft server with us. We're having a lot of fun. And yeah, take it easy.